This woman and her doctor would have never expected that something like this would happen to them at the local children's hospital. One doctor at the clinic gave them the hospital experience they would never be able to forget. Hello, wonderful people. I'm Dane Peterson from WonderBot. Today's video is about woman breaks down in tears after discovering what doctor did with her kids. Before we begin, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. No one likes going to the hospital, especially when something is really bothering us and we know we need to get to the bottom of it as soon as possible. After all, hospitals can be pretty intimidating. Many people try to avoid going to the hospital for different reasons. They might be afraid to find out the true cause behind their unpleasant symptoms, experience pain during an examination, or simply just don't like the atmosphere there. Nevertheless, going to the hospital is a normal part of life, and this is what this woman and her daughter had to do on one hot summer day. In August 2017, one Florida mom took her daughter, Autumn, to an emergency room in Jacksonville. She had fallen ill and wasn't feeling any better after a whole week of staying home. Autumn, her mother, and her two sisters arrived at the children's hospital, and after a quick examination, the doctor confirmed that she had strep throat. Little Autumn was unfortunate to be sick during the summer holidays, but what shocked her mother was something else. Her daughter's diagnosis was the least of her worries that day. The doctor who was examining her wasn't an ordinary medical expert. This girl's life would never be the same after that day. Autumn and her two sisters seemed downbeat about being in the hospital, and who wouldn't, especially on a sunny summer day like that when everyone else is hanging out by the beach. But instead, they had to spend their day at the hospital surrounded by doctors and other patients. The line at the emergency room was long, too. They had to wait for a couple of hours for Autumn's checkup. The doctor who examined her noticed how upset the girls were, so he decided to do something completely unexpected. He wasn't aware that the girl's mother was watching him. Not only that, but she also had her phone in her hand and was seconds away from filming him. Unaware of being watched, he quietly told the girls to follow him down the hallway. The girls didn't think much of it at the moment and followed the man to another room. As soon as they entered the room, he turned on some music and started dancing in front of the kids. Autumn and her sisters were amazed. They certainly didn't know what to do, so they just stood there watching him. After a couple of minutes of watching the doctor busting a groove, they joined the party. The girls proceeded to copy his moves and showed off their dancing skills. They never thought that visiting a hospital could be such a positive, happy experience. The doctor surely made their day. The girl's mother was just as amazed as her daughters were. She stood nearby and filmed the doctor dancing with her daughters on her phone. Initially, she wanted to make the video to show her friends how thoughtful and kind the doctor was to her kids, but then she came up with an even better plan. She decided to upload her video to social media, and it instantly went viral. Her video received thousands of views, likes, and positive comments. People loved how enthusiastic and positive this doctor was. His cheerful attitude and kind heart touched them. This is definitely not something you witness at hospitals every day. Doctors are usually too occupied with their duties to pay attention to worried children. Not only was this doctor polite and friendly to the little girls, but he also went out of his way to spend some time with them and show them that hospitals can be fun too. The video continued receiving lots of attention, but everything changed one morning when someone incredibly famous came across it. Neither the doctor nor the mother could have ever imagined how this one decision would change their lives forever. The television host Ellen DeGeneres watched the video online and couldn't help but comment on it. She even shared it with millions of her online followers. She was so touched by what the doctor had done to the sick girl and her sisters. She added a caption, "Their sister was sick, so this doctor cheered them up with a dance. I love this." Ellen certainly wasn't the only one who loved the doctor's cheerful attitude. In the background of the video, you can hear the girl's mom laughing and singing along. She clearly loved the doctor's idea and was having just as much fun as her daughters were. It was one of those rare moments they would remember for the rest of their lives, but this was only the beginning. Things were about to get even more unexpected for everyone who was in the emergency room that day. A local news station called Action News Jax loved the video so much that they sent a reporter to the hospital to meet the doctor and the three sisters. They almost made a sequel to the first video. In the news report, the doctor is seen wearing his scrubs while sitting next to the three sisters in a hospital room. All four of them look so happy. Little Autumn forgot about her sickness, thanks to the kind doctor who made her day. This time, however, they weren't dancing, but singing together. The doctor was doing most of the singing while the three girls were smiling along. He continued to goof around with the girls, who clearly thought he was hilarious. Suddenly, being at the hospital wasn't that bad after all, as long as you're in good company. The doctor proved to the reporters that it wasn't just a one-time occurrence. He loves to joke around and brighten people's day, especially in stressful places like hospitals. The reporter described the doctor as proving medicine in the form of laughter, and he couldn't be more accurate, especially when it comes to kids, who are more terrified of doctors than anyone else. He has a long-time reputation for making kids laugh. He helps them to forget about their health issues and focus on the positive. Staying at the hospital is never a pleasant experience, so it's important to stay positive no matter what. Sadly, not every patient's visit is as joyful as Autumn's. The doctor shared with the Action News Jax about his traumatic experience with losing some of his very young patients. A few of them were even younger than Autumn. They passed away at such a young age due to cancer and pneumonia, and unfortunately, he couldn't do much to save them. However, this never stops the brave doctor from coming back to the hospital and helping his patients. Every day, he works extremely hard to provide the best care possible to his patients and save their lives in some cases. I've gone to a bunch of funerals of my younger patients, and some people tell me, "You get too close, you know? Don't let your heart get in it." I'm ready to walk away from medicine the day my heart is not in it, he said. Medical professionals like this doctor make their patients feel more relaxed and calm. He encourages them to look on the bright side of life and focus on the positive because, as they say, your mindset is your reality. This wasn't the first time when this doctor went viral online. Another video of him treating a very young patient went viral as well, and we can see why. In the video, he is seen smiling and playfully waving his hands next to the laughing baby. The little boy was so occupied with watching the doctor that he didn't even realize that he had just gotten a shot in both of his legs. As the baby starts to cry, the doctor continues playing and begins throwing paper tissues at the kid to keep him laughing. It is truly wonderful to see someone being so passionate about his job. While the doctor's job is to help us feel better, not all of them go out of their way to brighten their patients' moods and make them smile. People like him make the world a better place and deserve the most praise.